Hello guys, welcome to Winternet Pro training channel. My name is Ganesh and I'll be the instructor for training you on how to install Windows Server 2019 in a virtual infrastructure. On the screen you can see that we have already installed VMware Workstation. If you have not installed VMware Workstation, I would request you to go in for downloading and installing the VMware Workstation trial version. Once you're done with the installation of VMware Workstation, you can see an icon on the desktop. Just double click on that icon. Once you double click on that icon, you see that the VMware Workstation console launches on the screen. There are multiple options available for you. Create a new virtual machine, which we are going to do now. Open a virtual machine. If you have any existing virtual machine in your computer, you can just call that virtual machine here so that the virtual machine can get loaded. Connect to the remote server. You can also connect to the remote server where the virtual server is available. To begin with, we are going to select create a new virtual machine. Apart from this, if you click on file option, you will see that there is an option for you to select new virtual machine, or also you can press Ctrl N in order to open up a virtual machine creation wizard. Once you press Ctrl N by going to file menu, or once you click on create a new virtual machine, you get this new virtual machine wizard. This is a welcome wizard from VMware Workstation where you will be prompted to either choose typical installation or custom installation. The difference between typical and custom is typical installation creates a virtual machine with very few easy steps. Custom, if you choose custom option that is advanced level, it creates a virtual machine with advanced options such as SCSI controller type, virtual disk type and compatible with other VMware products. Let's go and create a typical virtual machine. Click next. Once you click on next, you'll be prompted with three options. The first option is installer disk. We don't have the installer disk. The second option is installer disk image file ISO. This is what we have in our hard drive. If you're not sure which operating system you want to install, you can choose this option. Just create the virtual machine, leave it as is, and once you are aware of the virtual machine that you want to install, you can just mount the ISO DVD for that. Select the option installer disk image file ISO. In this case, you can see that the path is already visible here on the screen. So in the real-time environment, what will happen is you won't see this particular option. You will have the empty space under install disk image file ISO. In this case, we need to select browse, click on C colon, and we have to drill down to the folder where we have kept the OS image. Just double click on that ISO image. Once you double click on it, you see that Windows Server 2019 is directed. The operating system will use easy installation step. Click on next. Click on next. After this, you'll be prompted to enter the serial key. Also, select the version of the operating system that you want to install, name of the VM, as well as the password for the VM log. In this case, we want to install a trial version of Windows Server operating system. Hence, we are not going to choose this particular option and will proceed with entering the password for this machine. Click next after you enter the password. Provide the virtual machine name. I'll provide the virtual machine name as 2K19DC01 and we'll select the location for this particular virtual machine. I'll choose the location as C colon. Make a new folder, test VM. Click OK. Click next. In this screen, you have to specify the disk capacity, how large the disk you want to be. Okay, in this case it is showing 60 GB. We are going to select only 20 GB because we are aware that the operating system installation do not require more than 15 to 20 GB by default if you are looking for just testing purpose. In the real-time infrastructure, you may have to select more disk space depending on the requirement. Select Store Virtual Disk as a single file. Click Next. Once you're done with the wizard, you'll be prompted with the summary page, and this summary page contains the details of the hardware configuration that you have selected. In case if you want to do any modification to the virtual machine, you can click on Customize Hardware. You can remove the unwanted hardware like sound card or printer for the server and click on Close. Click on Finish. Once you click on Finish, the virtual machine loads on the screen. It boots up. The virtual machine will prompt you to press enter during the OS installation. It loads the file. The operating system setup that is there on the ISO image is now loaded onto the memory, and the content of the operating system that is located on the ISO image will be copied onto the hard drive, and the operating system will be ready for use. We are prompted with three options: Windows Server 2019 Standard Core. It will be completely GUI based operating system. We are not going to install this. We are going to install Windows Server 2019 Standard Edition and click Next. Once I click Next, you see that the copying of Windows file is in progress. It will get ready for the installation. It installs the features that are required. Also, it installs the updates that are required. And finally, it finishes the setup. Let's wait for the setup to complete. The server is booting back and it will be ready for login. You see that it's applying computer settings. Now you'll be prompted to enter the username and password. Enter the username and password and login. Once you enter the username and password, it loads the default desktop. Once it loads the desktop, it shows you the server manager on the screen. Let's wait for the server manager to load. During this process, the VMware tool installation happens and it will reboot the server. Let's wait for the VMware tool installation happen. Once it prompts of the restart, let's restart the server and we'll be back for the operation. Now the installation of VMware tool is completed. The desktop setting is also reset. Now you can see that the VM is appearing in full screen because the display driver is installed on this machine. So once the drivers are installed, you will be prompted to restart. Click on S to restart the system. Let's pause the video. Once the server is rebooted, press Ctrl Alt Delete, send Ctrl Alt Del. Now you will be prompted to enter the username and password. Let's click on Administrator. Once you click on Administrator, it loads the administrator profile. You can see that the administrator account is allowing me to log in immediately without entering the password. We'll work on resetting the password of the administrator account in the next coming sections. Now in the coming sections, we are going to discuss about working with Server Manager. After the installation of the operating system in a virtual machine, we need to concentrate on renaming the machine, joining the machine to workgroup, turning on the firewall, custom settings, and also we need to go in for performing Windows update. So all these topics will be covered in coming section. In this topic, we will end up this session, Windows Server 2019 installation, and in the next session, we'll work on the Server Manager. If you want to receive further notification of our YouTube videos, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel or press bell icon so that you can get the notification. We also request you to share this video to your friends and colleagues so that they can also get benefited. I would like to thank you all for watching this video and sharing your comments. Thank you. We'll meet again. Bye.